Good morning everybody, thanks for coming. I'm just going to do a bit of introductions because Mel's quite new. So I'm Claire, I'm now on the HCA's now chair this meeting. So Mel's newly qualified and she's decided to join the council.
Yes, I've only been qualified 3 months. So.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Do you want to
I'm Jane and I'm a healthcare assistant. Been here for about 6 years now.
Oh, I'm Jo, I'm a staff nurse on Smith Ward and I've been here about a year now. And can I just say before I go any further, unfortunately when I dropped my little one off at nursery this morning, she wasn't feeling too good. So I have asked them to let me know later on how she's doing. So I have got it on vibrate, but hopefully it shouldn't disturb
that's
too
fine.
much.
That sort of things happen, don't they? And just a few apologies from John, Sean and Sarah. I hope they'll be able to do it last time. So did you manage to read through them? And
I did
anything in particular that you thought was...
No, I mean, as far as I'm aware, there was no inaccuracies, but I did look at the agenda and I sort of think
everything's okay.
Yeah.
And you received them before?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did. I got a chance to read through to familiarise myself with what we were going
Thank
to
you, it
do.
just saves a bit of time when we get on with the project later. So the main thing I want to talk about is reducing the pressures on the ward. I've had a one-to-one with ward sister and she's saying there's been a massive 40% increase in stage 1's being reported. But she thinks when she's investigated it, it's perhaps they're not always stage 1s, we're perhaps getting a bit confused as to what they are. So I think really we just want to have a bit of a discussion on what we can do to sort of support this and just complete a project really on reducing the numbers and making sure that we're getting it right really.
It's difficult with those borderline ones to be able to identify, are they one, are they not?
It's
I
subjective to each
quite
person
hard.
as well, isn't it, sometimes? So I think the two main problems we've got is staff not recognising true stage 1 patients, and the second one is not offloading heals properly. I think we've got a real problem with that, and then how to do it. So I don't know whether anybody's got any ideas really about how we can do this.
Well, I think maybe we should cover the gap with some more training. Maybe that will identify some areas where it's lacking.
I think you're right, Kathleen. I think maybe we need to be looking at staff who've maybe been here for longer periods of time. The newly qualified nurses and the HCAs, I must say, seem to be pretty on the ball. I know the HCAs are getting some really good training in the Skills Academy, but we've got a lot of staff who've been here a long time who are maybe getting a little bit...
It's need a refreshment burn
So I think you're right on that.
Okay, that's one issue then. I just thought, has anybody got any other ideas really?
Well, I found something in the Nursing Times about some foam heel pads. There's some preliminary research being done on it, and on one of my placements when I was training, they used them on the ward and found that there was really good effect. So it might be something that we could actually look at. Can we use it here? What's the evidence for it?
Okay, that's a really good idea. And then we could look at how many we could need to stock if we needed to stock any.
That's interesting to know how the wards who are using them were selected. I mean, are they pilots? Or?
I honestly don't know, but it's something that I'd really be interested to go and find out, and happy to.
Super, that'd be really good. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to look at their, the numbers, the incidents,
Okay.
see if there's been a reduction in.
But I'll try and do that, and then maybe link with the tissue viability nurses as well to see if.
Well, maybe we could invite them to the next meeting and then we could
that would
discuss
be
it.
good. Yeah.
Great idea.
That's brilliant. So obviously, I think we're all in agreement that we need to try and reduce the reported stage 1s and maybe clarify what stage 1 is, and then we could try and reduce that number of heel ulcers within the next 4 months if possible. So I think if we can all agree on, Mel, would you mind getting some of the evidence around the heel pad things, and then if you would get the tissue viability nurses involved, Jane, and then would you have to do a bit of a poster on the different stages so that we can get a bit of a clarification on that. Thank you. Just want a bit of an update on the project about the noise at night reductions that we want. I don't know, Jo, did you sort that survey?
Yes, I did. I did a survey, and basically what the patients were saying is the bins are still slamming. The doctors get quite noisy, shouting across the wards. The doors are slamming, and some of the nurses are still, unfortunately, wearing clumpy shoes. So there is still some work to be done on that, I think.
Okay,
yes.
brilliant. And Mel, you did a bit of a trial, didn't you, with the earplugs? Can you want to tell us a bit?
Yeah, when I just started, we did one together, didn't we? And started giving out some of the earplugs in the evening. And to start with, some of the patients found it a bit of an odd sensation to get used to, but generally they seem to report that, you know, it blocked a lot of the really loud noise out and gave them a more restful sleep.
Okay, so obviously the earplugs seem to be a reasonably good idea. So maybe we can start to think about rolling it out in the ward. What did everybody think about that?
Yeah, I think the feedback from patients who did use them was positive, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it worked well doing the 10 o'clock drug round to be able to offer and give out the earplugs at that
That's a
point.
good idea.
Interestingly, some patients refused them, and I thought it was quite valid, the reasons. Some people said that not being at home in their own bed, they felt a little bit like they'd lost a bit of control if they couldn't hear everything that was going on.
I think it's really important. It was patient choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But those people who wanted a good night's sleep, they said it contributed.
Oh, that's good. So should we ever go repeating that survey again in 3 months
I'm
and see
happy
if it
to
makes
do
any
that.
difference? Okay.
Could I help you with it?
We certainly could, yeah.
Okay, just the next thing on the agenda is just an update on the X-ray waiting area project that we've done. I think it was a really good project, and I know Carillion were really pleased to be invited to the meeting last time. And we've got some charity money that we've used to repaint the waiting area now, and we've got a television and some more pictures in there to make it a little bit more less drab than it was before.
Absolutely.
And we've got more porters now in X-ray, so we can.
Does that include the fit one?
Yes, it does, but that's not really appropriate, is it?
No.
This
I know
meeting.
who you mean.
Anyway, so we did survey at the start of the project, and I think if we repeat it to see if the patient satisfaction increases, that'd be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right, I was quite interested in that visit from the PDM, rightly helps, wasn't it?
It was,
So we think
very.
about that.
It was very helpful. to be
Yeah, I
honest.
think
I
so.
feel like I've got a better understanding of the problems that we've got and how we can actually solve them and integrate it into
Yeah.
daily ward life,
Yeah,
really.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I feel a bit more prepared to be promoting it to other staff now
yeah.
after that.
I do, but where do we go from here? What?
I think we just, I think because we're feeling a bit more prepared about it, we can sort of lead it from here, and we can lead by example. So if we start using it, we start getting a bit more confident about it, then I think we can start imparting that on the staff. What do everybody else think?
I think some of it is dispelling negative myths or attitudes. So as you say, if we're positive and upbeat, because you're always going to get an element of people who resist change.
And it's going to take a while to get used to that new piece of technology for it
Yeah.
to become
Yeah,
part and parcel.
yeah,
When we've
certainly.
been so used to, you know, doing it handwritten, it is going to take a time, and we've got to recognise that it's going to take some people longer than others to do.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, because when you look at, and I know we're not supposed to be mention age, but there's a definite younger generation who are very au fait with
Very.
technology,
Mm-hmm.
and you know maybe some others who've never worked like that.
Yeah.
But if we put that training support base in, then that should help.
Yeah,
shouldn't
so a
it?
bit more with the,
Absolutely.
a bit more with the PDM and the EOS team.
Yes, yes.
Good, yeah. Okay, is everybody ready? Just to sort of agree on actions, and we can then start working on some of the projects for the next couple of hours or so. So I think we're looking from a tissue viability point of view. I think we've all got certain things we can get on with. So if Mo, you want to again look at your evidence, you want to go and contact the tissue viability and see if they're available for next time.
Is it for the next meeting?
I think so. Yeah, we can try and agenda it for them.
Absolutely.
And then Joe, if you can sort of trying to get a post together, we can all help
Sure.
out with that sort of thing. I think we know where we're going with the reduction in noise and that. I think we're going to have a go with that earplugs thing. I think you two are going to do that between
Also
that.
use the picker survey perhaps to look at the
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Friends
so we
and
can-
family.
Yeah, we've got all sorts of things we can look at.
I do know
Evidence.
over previous years, there's been noise at night has come out quite high as a negative.
Okay, that's good. That's really good evidence then. And then obviously we've got just another patient satisfaction sort of survey to do with the X-ray waiting area, which we can get on with at some point in the next few days, really mainly. And then if we can all agree to meet back here at 4:45, and then we can just discuss next month's agenda, and then make sure we've got everybody invited and we know where we are.
Yep.
Thank you everybody for coming, getting back together with us for them to just take a couple of minutes just to go through what we've done really, and I could do the leadership report because I've got to go through to the leadership council, and I can feed it back there. Just so really, what's gone well today in particular with the projects we've done? Any ideas?
I think we've got some very clear actions to take away.
Yeah, certainly.
You know, we're all I think, aware of our role and what we've got to do, which is really good.
I certainly think the X-ray waiting area project went well because that's all done now. You know,
Yes.
it really looks nice in there.
It was.
I
I
think-
think preliminary feedback from the reducing the noise at night with the earplugs that we've done, that went down well.
Yeah,
so
so
that's
that'll
real
be
positive.
interesting. Yeah, that's really good. So I think that's really good. So what do you think? What's going to happen next? Really, what's the next things we're going to be looking at? Really, I think we're sort of mainly things around pressure ulcers, stuff about
I think it's quite a lot
staging
of
them
work.
properly, and then looking at the heels.
Yeah.
And I think looking at EOBs as well and how we can sort of pass that through and make sure the staff are okay with the EOBs project. So that's ideas for that one. And then what would be better if?
When I went away and did some of the work on the pressure ulcers, I found it was quite hard to access some of that information. So knowing, are we over-reporting, under-reporting? So it would be better if we had some better data to be able to, and information to pull off.
Well, I can take that back. That's really because I can ask other people what they do. Because certainly with those heel pads and things and how they, whether anybody else uses those. So
It's really hard to find out who's using what and what other areas are doing. So it'd be good if we could find out what other.
I think I think we're going to benefit from the tissue viability nurse coming to the next meeting because they should have all of this data. I'm interested to see who's using them and who isn't. Just going back to the staging, I think one of the problems is, and this is probably why you had problems getting the information, is that it's quite subjective, isn't it? And it wasn't. So,
But you're right, I suppose it's for the meetings, knowing that in the time we've got to do the work, that we can go and easily access some of that data so we can make the most of our work. So something I'd like to look at is how we can get the right data for the meetings and we've got the time to work on it.
I'll certainly work through and ask that question when we go to the leadership. Perhaps they'll pass that back next time. So just the next items for the next agenda then. Just so we'll have an update on the pressure ulcer project that we started, and I know the tissue viability is going to come to the meeting, so that'll be really interesting. And then we can have an update on noise at night. We'll just see how that has gone, because obviously we'll have used that on a more regular basis. And then an update on the weighted to see what the survey said after we repeated it. And then, has anybody got any other issues they want to raise?
I wondered, given how successful we were with the X-ray waiting project, whether or not we could start having a look at the staff room, because it's not the nicest place to come back to on our breaks, is it? So maybe we could try and get people to just have a think of what they'd like the staff room to look like and what we could do. And I don't know, a lot of people have mentioned to me that I was coming to this meeting and they said, oh, can you try and get something done about the staff room? So I don't know.
that's good timing. I read an article. It was online. I can't remember if it was Nursing Standards, but about the effect on staff morale of a cheerful, clean environment to have the
It wouldn't
breaks.
take much, would it? For
No.
us to just
Now
keep it
we've got all the
welcoming.
links from knowing how we did the X-ray waiting area.
Yeah.
It should be quite a quick win. Really.
Yeah,
Yes.
that sounds like a really good project for next time.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.